Okay.
Yeah.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the 2021 Ausdroid Recruitment Talk. I am the host of today's talk. My name is Zhen Qiu, and I'm a publicity member in Ausdroid Graduate Student Club. This event will be divided into three parts. The first part is a short question and answer. We have collected many questions from our members. The speakers will share their student lives and competition experiences to answer these questions. The second part is the introduction of the Ausdroid, presented by the President Guang. This introduction includes the teams, departments, and the benefits of the members. After this presentation, we will get back to the question and answer section. Thank you for your participation, and we hope you enjoy this information evening. Now I will introduce today's speakers. Guang Hu is the president of our club. He is a PhD candidate of FEIT.
Hi.
Mingliang Liu, he is the Ausdroid IMUT captain.
Hi, everyone.
Weixuan Wang, he is the Ausdroid IMUT member. Mia, he is the secretary during the period from 2019 to 2020.
Hello, guys.
Murphy, he is the vice president of our club.
Hello, everyone.
Dennis, he is the Ausdroid IMUT member.
Good day, guys.
And now we are in the first part, question and answer. The first question is for Dennis. The question is, I noticed that Dennis participated in the exchange program of UCL during his undergraduate years. Could you share something you gained from this program?
Yeah, so with regard to my experience exchanging at University College London, I would say it's really memorable and fruitful journey overall. I think it's really great chance for you guys to travel around the world and see how it's going on everywhere. And it's really also a great opportunity for you guys to see another unit, to see the pattern, how they teach, to meet different people, to talk to people from different backgrounds. And especially if you're doing your bachelor degree currently, and you want to do your master degree somewhere else, it's really great for you to go for an exchange program. And the best time for you to go on such a program would be on your second year, semester 2. Otherwise, if you are on your third year already, you can also consider a short-term program, which is only doing one subject instead of doing a whole semester at overseas university. So I think it's really great opportunity for you to travel around the world and see the world. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Dennis. The second question is for Mia. The question is, I'm a commerce student and I want to ask Mia, why Mia has the idea of changing from commerce to IT?
Yeah, that's a great question because actually back into that time, I was not thinking about doing a information technology as my master. Although I did a lot of programming classes in the bachelor, so I did Python and C. I really enjoyed that because it gave me like a sense of achievement. That's what I can't get in the commerce degree because, you know, in commerce, we did a lot of essays, which is totally different. So at that time, I was thinking about applying a master's degree in the US. And because there's like a gap between the US start school date and our graduation date. So I just applied for the Master Information Technology for fun because I want to do like several degrees in the gap year. And finally, it's actually, I can't go to US for the master. So then there's only choice for me to do the Master of Information Technology. But I think it's a really good experience because I find out that I really enjoy doing technology. And I also really find out that it opened a lot of opportunity for me. So when I trying to get job, I can actually looking for the job in technology firm and also in the finance industry. So I really recommend everyone who is interested about like commerce or technology to do something interdisciplinary because that will really open opportunity for you guys. Yeah, that's my answer. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for sharing. The third question is for Minliang. The question is, hi Minliang, could you please introduce what RMUT is mainly about?
Yeah, hi. Thank you for.
I think you mute yourself. Yeah.
Hi. Now?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thank you for being interested in our competitions. Yeah, the club is formed at first was for the competitions, and the RMUT is a competition focused on the robot hardwares. It's quite different to RMUA, which is the competition more of more focus on softwares. President who will talk about in detail later. Yeah, about RMUT, every team would build a robot from scratch to finish a specific task. And the fastest robot wins. This competition could cover a lot of robot design, including mechanical design, embedded system, and some high-level software development like computer vision or some, yeah, basically just computer vision. And yeah, it's a good opportunity for both undergraduates and graduate students to practice their engineering skills. We're welcome for some other people to who are interested to join us. Thanks.
Okay, thank you for sharing. The first question is for Wei Xuan. The question is, hi Wei Xuan, I want 90 plus WAM in both your bachelor and master degrees.
Hi. My first advice is be careful when you are selecting your subject. If you are a bachelor student, you should be careful when you are selecting a breadth subject. For those subjects related to music, they usually have an upper limit of approximately 80 marks, while the subjects like Japanese are possible to achieve 80 plus. So if you really want to achieve a high average mark, you can choose language subjects as your breadth subject, or you can choose choir, because this subject does not include in your average mark. The second advice is to try to understand everything you learn. So spending 2 or 3 hours on each lecture is really normal for me. My third advice is spend more time on reading exam questions. Make sure you understand the question before you start to write. For bachelor students, an average mark above 80 is enough for most of further applications. For master students, a high WAM is only useful when you want to apply for a PhD. So if you want to find a job after graduation, it will be a great idea to learn from Dennis, because he has a lot of good project experiences, while he also have a high average mark. That's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for sharing. The fifth question is for the president. The question is, Guang, why did you want to start this club?
As a member of the first year team, I do feel it is extremely difficult for students who have passion about AI or robotics to find a suitable platform for development and research. So since we already have the robot, I feel obliged to share our experiences, the knowledge, and also the resources such as the robots with other students in FEIT. So that's the reason why we started this club.
Okay, thank you for sharing. The next question is also for you. He said, I'm a freshman in computer science. Do you have any suggestions on study planning?
So my suggestion would be to have a few thoughts about your future. So your future will determine which path you should take now. And if you are interested in pursuing further studies, then WAM will be very important. If you are interested in research, then finding a suitable and promising future direction is also important. If you are interested in finding a job after graduation, then have some experiences in different projects will definitely help you. And back to the computer science. Besides the programming and the computer theory subjects, math subjects are also going to help you build a solid foundation in the future study. And as it comes to how to learn any programming language quickly, you just need to try it. So more practice will help you understand more about the programming language. And once you have learned any programming language, such as say, I would personally recommend it to choose to enroll the subject declarative programming. It will help you gain a different perspective of programming by using a lot of recursions. So that's it.
Okay, thank you for sharing. The final question is for Dennis. The question is, hi Dennis, what should I prepare if I want to study abroad in the second semester of the second year?
Yeah, as I just mentioned before, it's quite similar. If you want to go to exchange on your second semester, you just need to get prepared, plan as early as possible, but maybe not quite convenient for you due to the COVID-19 situations, but still it's good to plan early. And also it's good for you to keep your WAM at least H1 for you to go to some best universities. For example, a friend of mine got like WAM of 90 and she went to exchange at Harvard University. So there are definitely lots of opportunities right there. And also if your WAM is about 80, you usually can get a scholarship of $2,500 for you to cover your travel insurance and airplane tickets. So before you go to exchange, first thing, go to plan early and maintain a high WAM. Yeah, I think that'd be good.
Okay, thank you for sharing, Dennis. Thanks for everyone sharing. We still have a lot of questions from our club members, but due to the time limitation, we have to stop the first sections here. If you have more questions, we will get back to the question and answers after this short presentation. Let's welcome the president to give an introduction on Ausdroid.
Thanks. So let's take a look on the, after the first section, some of you might be curious. So what is this Ausdroid club? Who are they? To answer these questions, we briefly go through the history of us. In December 2017, a group of AI and robotics passionates formed the team Ausdroid to participate in the ICRA 2018 AI Challenge, which we will introduce about this challenge later. The team successfully qualified in ICRA AI Challenge since then. And when times come to the 2020 January, the team member found the Ausdroid AI and the Robotic Club to share and preserve knowledge, experiences, and resources. So the club is officially affiliated with GSA, which is called Graduate Student Association, as most of the members are graduate students at that time. However, with more and more undergrad students joined, we are working on affiliation with ANSU as well. And now let's take a look on the competition, on the main competition that we are aimed to participate in. The full name of the competition is IEEE ICRA DJI Robot Master AI Challenge. And ICRA is IEEE conference, which is called International Conference of Robotics and Automation. So in the competition, our team will using similar robot platforms and program them to automatically moving around in the competition field and attack opponents' robots on the armor board, and by shooting small bullets around size of this. And this picture was taken on the ICRA 2019 by one of our team members. And then let's take a look on the journey that team goes. So in 2018, the competition took place in Brisbane, Australia. The team was the only qualified oceanic team and ranked 20th worldwide. Since the old robot model is pretty hard to transport by flights checking luggage, the team decided to taking a road trip, drive from Melbourne, which you can see over here, all the way up to Brisbane. So it took the team 2 days and nearly 2,000 kilometers to arrive in the competition. Then in the following week, the team attended the conference on the day and debugged the robot on the night. It was an interesting experience for every member of the team. And then let's move on to the 2019. ICRA 2019 took place in Montreal, Canada. Similarly, the team was the only qualified oceanic team and eventually won the third prize by ranking 16th. We participate in multiple matches, and we won the match against Johns Hopkins, which they eventually ranked on 9th, and lost to Zhejiang University closely. So they eventually ranked in the 2nd place. The interesting thing is that due to the American visa issue, the team travels by 2 groups. So this picture is showing the travel from one group, which fly clockwise. We fly through the Indian Ocean all the way up to the Asian, and then go through the Europe, and then the Atlantic Ocean, arrived in North America. And we have some other team member who got the American visa, so they can fly counterclockwise, which means they cross the Pacific and goes through the other side of North America and meet us at the Montreal. So, which means we fly from 2 directions of the Earth and then meet at the same place. It was pretty interesting, but I think totally 52 hours on the fly were killing us. So and then in the 2020 to 2021 season, the team is still focusing on the AI challenge, which we also call it RMUA. It's a short for RoboMaster University AI Challenge. And with more and more hardware students involved, we decided to participate in the RMUT as well, which is RoboMaster University Technical Challenge. And as introduced by Mingliang Liu, our RMUT team leader, this challenge is more about design and manufacture your own robots to achieve some challenging tasks on the some specific rules. Besides those 2 major competitions, the team is also looking for other options, such as RMUL, which is the RoboMaster University League, and also MathWorks mini drone competitions. Since those 2 competition scale is relatively small, so I won't introduce detail about them here. And that's enough history about the team. Let's take a look on the structure of this club. As you can see, as mentioned earlier, the aim of this club is to share the experiences, knowledge, and resources. So it is extremely important for some other departments in our club. Therefore, we found 4 different departments. We have technical departments, the operation departments, and publicity departments, and public relation departments. So those 4 departments are different from the teams. And every year, for every competition, we will select members from the technical department and also the operation department or publicity department or public relation department, depends on the needs to the team. So that's how the whole structure works. So we select members from this side to the team and then participate on the behalf of the whole Ausdroid. And then let's take a look on the roles of each department. For the technical department, basically we have 3 main roles. The first role is co-organizing the workshops and the seminars. So the workshop will be hosted by us if topics are closely related with the competition, so which are all those competitions we talk about here. And usually it will be given by experienced competition team members. And for second type of the events we have is the seminars. The topics of the seminar are in the frontier of the research field related with AI and robotics. And usually it will be given by the research high degree candidates or academic staff. We will invite them to the club and give some seminar about their latest research topics. And the second role for the technical department will be preparing for the next competition. So it can be RMUA or RMUT or all the other stuff. And the last one, which is also a big part of this club, is research. So we want to use the robot platform to do some research and possibly publish some paper in the future. That's the technical department. And for the operation department, they also have three main tasks. The first task is co-organizing the regular events, which is the workshops and the seminar we talked about in the previous slides over here. And the second one, it will be organizing the team building events, such as the board games or the barbecues. And the last one will be organizing annual events, such as the orientation week or the university open day. We have a spot on the university open day, so we will do a live demo on the open day. And the next one is the publicity department. Basically, the publicity department will run the club's social media accounts, and the contents includes the posts to sending some text posts or some photos and some videos. So which at the end, we will introduce all our social media channels. So you will have a look on them all. And the second one will be advertising the club's events. So most of the club events are for the members, and later on we will introduce some it is possible for us to have some co-organizing event with other clubs. So the advertising of the events is also very important. And the last one will be collecting publicity materials. So basically, it's about to attending the events, take some photos, take some videos, and also write down what the event do. Then if we want to publish something through the social media accounts, we can do that with those materials. The last one is the public relations department. So the main two roles for the public relations department is looking for sponsorship and then looking for cooperation with other entities such as clubs, schools, or labs. And so that's all about the structure of this club. Then the only question remaining is what are the benefits we can get becoming a member. So for the normal club member, the benefits you can get is regular team building events, such as the board game or the barbecue, and also attending the seminar or workshop given by the experienced team members, RHD candidates, staff from both academy and industry. And so some of you might ask, what if I join the department? So if you join the department, you will get some extra benefits by having the experiences in related tasks. For example, in the public relations department, you will gain some experiences by talking or chatting with the local people from different entities. So that is a valuable experiences which will looking good on your CV. The second extra benefit you can get is endorsement from the club. So if you're doing a good job, then you will gain some title from the club, and also the club will write you a referee letter when you're applying for a job. The third one will be having a club t-shirt. When we host offline events, then we can distribute some t-shirt to make us look like a professional club, and actually we are a professional club. And the last one, you will have an internal referral. So a lot of our previous members are currently in big company with a decent job, so we can ask them to do the internal referral if we think you are pretty good at what you are doing in those departments. And so this is about the department. One last question is, what if I join the team? What are the extra benefits I can get by joining the team? So by joining the team, the first and obvious one is you can participate in the international competitions, which are all those 4 competition release and the other possible competition we can look on in the future. And the second one is you can have also have the internal referral. So by joining the team, then we will have a close look on your contribution to each of the competition. Then clearly we can get a better view and sending the internal referral to some desired tech company. And the third one is you can have the club t-shirt and also the team hoodies. The last one is I cannot make any promise for now because the COVID-19 and the traveling registration and registration. And so you might get the chance to travel to the competition for free. Which should be sponsored by the School of Information, Computing and Information System. Now it's become the Faculty of Engineering and Information Technology. So it's possible this support us for the traveling fee, but I cannot make any promise for now. And I think that's all for my introduction of the whole club. If you have any question, then you can ask in the next section. So I'm going to give it to children to the next section.
Okay, thank you for your sharing, President. Now let's get back to our question and answer. We also collected some questions from our WeChat recruitment group. So if you have any other questions, please feel free to post them into the chat box. The first question is it easy to find an internship related to IT in Melbourne? Who want to answer this question?
So I can answer that. It depends on the scale of the company that you want to apply for an internship. It is relatively easy to find a job in a small company that focuses on the web or mobile application development. However, it's relatively hard to find an internship in a large company such as Telstra or Atlassian. From my friends' experiences, a permanent residency and also being a female would give you some advantage when finding an internship. If you are interested in apply for an internship in some small-scale company, we know a few local options. So we have a few friends in AI-related consulting company or business consulting company. So you can like talk to us later by email or WeChat.
Okay. Okay. Now I see a question in the chat box. The question is, hi, I have a question for Dennis about how to balance study and extracurricular activities. Thank you. So this question is for Dennis.
Yeah. Hello. Thank you, Iran. So in terms of the balanced study and extracurricular activities, I think my top suggestion is to be interested in everything, being enthusiastic about everything. For example, on top of my studies, I'm quite interested in building my practical skills, and that's why I joined Ausdroid, joined this club to build this kind of computer vision kind of technology that I have never used before. So I think one of the top suggestion, I guess, is just to be interested in everything, and therefore make your kind of entertainment be part of your life. Because if you're doing something you actually like, you won't find it's hard. You won't find it's kind of burden for you. And the other thing is like, for example, there are so many other kind of commerce-like activities for you to participate as well. Like the case competitions is really great for you to understand how this technology is going to impact the society. So yeah, I think that's how I balance my studies and the extracurriculum. Just be interested in everything, be enthusiastic, and love the thing you do. And I think it should be all good. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you for sharing. And the next question is, hi Murphy, what is the entry requirement for technical department? If I'm a rookie in AI and robotics, can I join the technical department? So this question is for Murphy. Are you there, Murphy?
Yeah. Thanks, children. I think it's a hard question. So because that really depends on how you define rookie. Let's take computer vision as an example. If you don't understand how to do computer vision, but you have solid programming skills, you are more than welcome to join us, I think. You can learn from previous projects and from experienced team members, and we can explore further in the future project, I think. But if you haven't touched programming at all and want to learn computer vision, that would be very tough. I would suggest you join the maybe operation or publicity department first, and you can closely watch what we are doing and learn the basic knowledge meanwhile. And you are still welcome to join the technical department in the following years, I think, because it really depends on what is your expectation. If you expect to participate in an international competition, it will require you to commit lots of your extra time after class, I think. You have to learn not only from your course, but also from other resources. I think even not a technical department member, you can still join our workshops and seminars and learn from it. I would like to say, don't worry about whether you can join this department, but think about what you want to get. Anyway, I think you are all welcome to contact me after this session if you are interested in joining this department or join some teams. And we can talk this about this, like joining things based on your personal situation, I guess. Yeah. I will post my contact info into the chat box. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you for sharing, Murphy.
Sorry, I saw a question here. No, I just take an example. Yeah, we have different topics.
Yeah, sorry, I mentioned computer vision because I was in the computer vision team, but there are so many other cool stuff to do.
Yeah.
Okay. Next one is, I'm a new graduate student. Could you please give me some recommendations on the elective subjects about artificial intelligence?
Could you please repeat your question? I didn't hear it clearly.
Yeah, I think this is my question.
Okay.
I want to get some suggestions about the elective unit subject. For example, some elective subject in the AI.
Hello.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, I think the question is, I'm a new graduate student. Could you please give me some recommendations on the elective about artificial intelligence? It's from the WeChat group.
Oh, okay. So I heard. So if you are a new student in AI, I would suggest one of the courses called Model of Computation. So it will be a good computer theoretical fundamental subject. And also, as I mentioned earlier, the declarative programming will teach you a different way to program. And it also easy. It was easy to get a high mark, maybe like 90 plus. And also the statistical machine learning is a hardcore subject. But if you are interested in machine learning and has a decent math background, then you should definitely take that. Besides the machine learning, we also have in Melbourne Uni, the NLP, which is natural language processing, is also a very popular direction. And we have a pretty powerful research group on the NLP. So that's also a recommendation if you are interested in NLP. Besides that, there's also a new course called computer vision. It's a relatively new course. I haven't selected that one before. But I think the Unimelb in the recent 2 years has newly recruited a lot of professionals from the CV. So it's kind of indicator that the computer vision is a popular topic. And so if you are interested, you should select that one as well. Hope this answers your question.
Okay, thank you for sharing. And the next question from the WeChat group is, will the club activities be online or offline? So who can answer this question?
I think I can answer this question. So I think in next semester, as Guang introduced, we have tech-related workshop and seminars, as well as some of team building activities like board games and barbecues. So in the current situation, we plan to deliver all the seminars and workshops online, at least in next semester, as the university still has the policy that only 50% of people can be back on campus, I think. And a lot of lecture or seminar rooms are still within restrictions. So it is unlikely to have an on-site workshop or seminar in the following weeks. So we'll see how the policy changes. If it is safe for everyone to get back to the campus, we can probably start the face-to-face workshop or seminar. But we'll still try to deliver the content until the government opens the border, because a lot of members are still not in Australia, I think. For the other activities, I think the government policy allows us to gather either indoors or outdoors now with a limited number of people. So we can probably have a like board game or barbecue physically next semester. I know some of our club members are not in Melbourne, like I said, so we can still keep this like online board game events in next semester, I think. Yeah.
Okay, thank you for sharing, Murphy. And the next question is also from the WeChat group. The question is, do you have any suggestions on AI and human-computer interaction? Which one has better employment prospects?
I guess this is also a question which I can answer. I think it's pretty hard to say which one is better, has better employment prospects. It really depends on which career field you want to join. Human-computer interaction is more closely related to the user than AI. So it's more about the design and implement a system that links the user with the AI algorithm behind. As for the AI, I guess the job could be more about like how to use the knowledge you learn from all those courses to solve the specific real-world questions, real-world problems, and then or you can improve the current process. So basically, it's kind of like two different job directions, and both of them are pretty popular.
Okay, thank you for sharing. The next question is also from the WeChat group. The question is, if I want to apply for a PhD degree, what should I do? Which degree should I start work systematically?
Okay, so since I'm a PhD candidate, so I guess I could answer this one as well. So I would suggest the first step would be finding the area you are interested in. This is very important. So your interest will always be the best motivation, one of the best motivation. And then the second thing is you need to find a supervisor in this area and propose a related topic to him. It is highly recommended to take your research project for IT and computer science. So for the IT student and the computer science student, you will have something called research project. And for the engineering student, you will have something called capstone project. It is highly recommended to take those projects seriously and choose your potential PhD supervisor project and then work hard on it. So this is a direct way to demonstrate your ability, your research ability to them. Also, it is worth to mention that the research is a very important part of this club. We already have 9 members who are research high degree candidates. And we also have a few other students who will be enrolling in PhD later this year. So if you are interested in the topic related with what this club do, then I suggest you to join the team, and doing our project will help you understand a bit more about the research high degree students' life and how does the research works. And I think besides the developing and research the robots project, we also do some short chit chat and talk about each of us research life and what are the obstacles we face, and also how we can like tackle them by suggesting by make suggestions to each other. So join the team and you will see how the research goes.
Okay. Thank you for sharing, President.
Sorry, children. I think I want to make up because there is a new subject called research project for engineering as well. If you want to take a PhD degree in future, it's highly recommended to choose that subject. So yes. Yeah, take a look. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, let's move on to the next question. I think his meaning is he wants to do some research projects. He wants to ask does the project needs to do with the professors? Is it essential to do research with the professors?
Okay, I think this question is asked from a mass of IT students. So if you want to choose the research project, which is with the course code COMP90055, you must be eligible for it first, which means you need to have a 75 WAM and also have less or equal to 75 credit left. And once you enroll, you can find a subject list in the system. So it will list all the projects available from every academic staff, including those one related with the AI challenge, which this club doing. And if you are looking for the research project that's proposed by the industry, I think there are a few options, but not very many. I think around like 100 plus project, maybe several of them could related with the industry. And if you are asking whether you can if you are asking whether you can do something other than the research project, you can choose the software development project, which the code is COMP90082. So for the research project, normally it will be an individual project. And for the software development project, it will be a group project. So basically what happened is a group of students work as a team, and one of the staff, it can either from academic or industry acting as a client, and they propose some of the requirements, and you guys analyze his requirements and do a few sprints by the agile project management. And eventually you will deliver working product to them, and also track of all the reports, all the documents you while you're doing the whole project. So that's also an option. And So I think that's also answer the question in the chat. Research project is a group project or individual project. Normally, research project is an individual project, and the software development project is a group project. So that's it.
Okay. I see a question in the chat box. It is, does your club offer some job opportunities or references? I think it's similar to one question from the WeChat group. The question is, how to get the opportunities of internships or internal referral? So yeah, who can answer these questions? You can see the question in the chat box.
Thanks for your question. I think Guang has mentioned that we do have the opportunities to do the internal referral for our members. I think Guang said that this benefit now is only for the department members or Ausdroid team members. If you say how to get, I think the requirement is hard to say. We don't have a marking system to do that. I would like to say at least you contribute to the club or the team and you attend the meetings on time, finish your tasks on time. And at least after one semester, we know who you are and know what you have done. I guess that is the minimum requirements. And for the job opportunity or the link to the industry, we are now have the link to the several companies. I think if I'm not wrong, they are Huawei, which is very famous, Trump's favorite. And DJI, the biggest drone company in the world, and ByteDance, the company runs TikTok or Douyin, you may ever heard. Ubisoft, one of the most famous video game company. You may have heard of Assassin's Creed, Just Dance, and Rainbow Six. All these famous video games are developed by Ubisoft. So if you are interested in these companies, joining us will be a great opportunity for you, I guess. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for sharing, Murphy. And another question from the WeChat group is, what is the main content of advanced algorithms and data structures? I think he wants to ask something about the subject.
Okay, I think this subject is from the IT side, and this is a relatively new subject which newly introduced in 2019. So I haven't studied it, but the coordinator, which is Professor Tony Wells, is a very smart man and has extremely good background in knowledge about mathematics and computer theory. So I guess if you are if you're also good at math and computer theory, then it will be a good opportunity for you to learn a lot of stuff from him. But if you are not very good at mathematics and computer theory, then I would suggest to think twice before you select his subject, because his other two subjects, which is one is the stream computing and another one is advanced theoretical computer science, are pretty hard. So I guess that's it. So.
Okay, thank you for sharing. We also have a similar question. It's also from the WeChat group. It's also about subjects. He asks, how cost effective is I think it's an internship course. It's ENGR 90033. Yeah. Is it recommended?
So I think it depends on your situation. It's varies from person to person. I can't say if it's recommended or not without knowing your situation. Personally speaking, if you are going to hunt for a job right after you finish this internship, then I think this subject could contribute to that. I don't have data to say like how many of them get a job after they complete this subject, but I do know some of them receive the job offer after they complete the subject, and the company they work in give them the job offer. And the reason why they give the job offer is if you have a good performance in that company, some of the employee might refer back. So they think it will save time and money for training the new staff. So they don't have to train the new staff. However, in some of the companies, they don't do that because of the, let's say, the visa issue, like you are not a permanent residency, that could affect the result. And but if you are a student who are not looking for a job through the internship program, then it will be a waste of money because think this way, you spend like $5,000 for the internship, and also for most of the internship you also work them for free, so it's kind of doesn't feel worth it. So it's totally depends on you, and also like depends on the internship opportunity. If it's a really good opportunity, then maybe you should try, but if it's just a small company, then you can do it on your own. You don't have to use the subject to do it.
Thank you, President. I can see a question in the chat box. I think it says, "Hi, if I want to join your technical or operation department, how should I apply? Will there be an interview or requirements?" Yes, our interview.
Yes, there will be an interview. And if you want to join the technical or operation department, you can just send an email to our email on the screen, like the it on the screen. No, sorry. Yeah, our email is unimelb@gmail.com. I will post it in the chat box, and you just send an email to say, "Hi, I want to join this department," and we prefer you have I think a CV, so we can know more about you, and we will arrange an interview for you. Yeah.
Okay. And by the way, you have to join the club first as a member.
Yes.
Then you will receive an email from our official email account.
Yeah, you can see two codes in the screen. So the left one, if you use WeChat, you can add add our assistant, right? So and the middle one, the right one is our registration form. So if you want to join us, you can scan this code to join us. Yeah. So let's go back to the question and answer section. The next question from the WeChat group is, he wants to ask something about the job prospects and the advantages of the mechatronics and electronical engineering. And he also wants to ask something recommended courses for the second year of the bachelor.
I think I will take this question. So in terms of the job opportunities of mechatronics and electrical engineering, actually I would say there are not that many cutting edge technology applying in Australia. So for example, 5G, Telstra I think is the only one of the field that has 5G technology that is under development. So if you're doing electrical engineering and you wanna aim to do some 5G network, so Telstra will be one of the few options you have. And if you are doing mechatronics and this kind of automation side of electrical engineering, I didn't see that many job opportunities in Australia actually, because all the industries are currently either in China or in the US. So, but there are lots of research opportunities in Australia. For example, the labs Murphy and Guang are currently in. So there are lots of research opportunities, but not really the solid technical engineering opportunities. There are a few, but not big companies. So instead of just trying to be pure technical, more jobs available here in Australia will be the consulting jobs, that more technology and commerce mixed jobs. So my suggestion is that if you want to stay here in Australia after your graduation, it'd be good to start to develop your soft skills. I think that's what they care more about. So not only your WAM, not only your technical skills, like Australian employers look at your soft skills, your club experience. That's why now it's a great chance for you to join Ausdroid to make your resume much better and yeah, increase your employability. And I think Vishen will take the next question.
Okay, thank you, Dennis.
Sorry. The next question is, are there any subjects recommended for level 2?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right. As engineering students, programming technique is really important for us. So I really recommend you to enroll in programming subjects like object-oriented software development. It is a level 2 subject in which teaches Java. And I will post this as a name in the chat box later. And if you still have chance, I really recommend you to enroll COMP 10001 because Python is also really important and useful in our future study and career. At the same time, if you want to find some subjects which really relax and you don't need to worry about getting a low mark, again, I will recommend Choir, CHOIR, I think, because it doesn't count into your average mark. I will post the names in the chat box later. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Weishuan. And I can see one question in the chat box. I think it says, is it easy now for an IT student to get a job and finally get a PR visa?
So I think I can answer this one. So compared to the previous year, I mean 2019, now it's relatively easy, but with the COVID-19 situation is getting relief, it will like become harder and harder later. And for IT students to get a job, I think it is possible. And if you are not looking for a job in big company, then it's relatively easy as long as you are good at what you are doing. And so I guess that's answer your question, I think.
Okay, thank you, President. And the next question from the WeChat group is, are there any recommended course subjects for IT graduate students?
So for the IT graduate student subjects, I think in one of the previous questions, I already answered the Master of IT and the major in artificial intelligence. And for some other courses, I have to know which your major is. Otherwise, I couldn't like specify recommended course related with your major. And besides that, I think declarative programming is relatively a very easy subject, and you can easily get a high mark. And also, I recommend another subject, which is the subject code is COMP 90054. It's called AI Planning for Autonomy, and it's also a very easy subject. As long as you attend all the workshops and understand the concept, you should get H1 relatively easy. And also, I'm the head tutor of that subject, so if you have any question, you can ask me later. Any else? I think most of the subjects are relatively good. There's not much subject is I would not recommend you to take, except one, which is called Advanced Theoretical Computer Science. Think twice before you take this subject. It's really, really hard. So that's it.
Okay, we can see another question in the chat box. Then what is the trend of the difficulty of getting a PR future? May it be easier after the post-COVID-19 recovery?
It's hard to say because based on based on the data, based on the discussion I had with my supervisor, he's actually told me that the application for Master of IT has like tripled in this semester. So we are not getting less and less students. We are getting more and more students. So it's pretty hard to say. Maybe it will become difficult, more difficult, like after in the following years, I guess, because a lot of students, maybe 1.5 years or 2 years later, all of them graduate, and many of them would want to stay in Australia.
Okay, thank you, President. And the next question from the WeChat group is about data science. He wants to ask, what are the employment directions for data science masters overseas? And what is the difficulty of employment? And how is the pay?
I don't think in the current meeting we have anyone from the data science directions. So maybe we can talk to one of our members and reply to them by chat later.
Yeah.
In the WeChat or other channels.
Okay. Okay. The final question from the WeChat group is, how difficult is the IMUA, IMUT, IMUL race, and which event do you recommend to start preparing for?
Oh, sounds like I should get this one.
Yep.
Maybe if you're, pure rookie, you are first year in college, I recommend you to start with the RMUT or RMUL. RMUA is more of a graduate student level competition. So, and also RMUT and RMUL covers more topics like hardwares, both hardwares and softwares. But RMUA only covers software, only a small part of hardware. So yeah, that's my recommendation. RMUT or RMUL first, maybe. But if you're crazy about the softwares, then probably RMUA. Then you can talk to Guang.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
I see one question in the chat box. He asked, how can I contribute to the technical department if I study remotely in China?
So I think there are many ways to contribute in the technical department. For example, like you can attend our workshop and seminars because all of them currently are online. And you will gain some experiences and also some knowledge about which direction you should look into in order to participate in the future challenge. And what else? And for the, if you are interested in the AI challenge, we have multiple projects, and I think some of them can be done with online because we have a simulation environment. So you can also look into that direction as well. So basically building the simulation environment or using the simulation environment to write the code for computer vision or for the autonomous agent design. Does that answer your question?
Yes. Okay. 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 Thank you, President. I think it's over 9 o'clock. So due to the time limits, we can only finish here. And if you have any other questions, you can post it into that WeChat group, and we will answer it in the WeChat group later. If you are not in the group, you can send the question to our Facebook or our email. We will reply later. Yeah. So thank you for your participation, and have a good night. Before you leave, please register our phone and follow our social media. We have WeChat official accounts, Instagram accounts, Facebook accounts, and LinkedIn accounts. Yeah. Thank you for your participation. Have a good night.
Thank you for attending.
Thank you.
Thank you for attending. Bye.
See you.
Hmm.